On the 24th of October 2018, we are going to have a full moon, which is going to be in the Zodiac sign of wonderful Taurus. Now, this is where things are getting really exciting, because we are only 1 week away from the 31st of October, which is of course going to be Samhain or Halloween, however you call it. This time is about to be really magical, and this time is about to be rather significant indeed. And the fact that we are having a full moon in Taurus just like a week beforehand, which is about to create a wonderful pathway, which is about to create a wonderful choice of opportunities, and it is going to have a really wonderful impact and a wonderful influence on us in such a way that it is going to bring a certain issue up, it is going to bring a certain problem up. But it's not only about that, it is about a rediscovery, it is about intention, it is about finally doing things and finally focusing on those areas in our lives that mean to us the most. And it's finally time to focus on those things that we have been maybe when we were lacking like a little bit of balance, if we were lacking a little bit of ambition, if we didn't feel right, if we just felt really tired, if we just felt really uncomfortable, if we just didn't feel right. There's just so many things, there's so many influences that we can have, that we can be influenced or affected by. And this is why this is going to be so significant, because it is going to be a rather nice turnaround when it comes to Taurus, because Taurus is here to bring us this wonderful energy, and Taurus is here to help us to see things crystal clear. And those situations that have caused us to have maybe like a lack of ambition, or maybe those situations that are maybe dragging our energy and making us feel really low and making us feel really tired, it is sometimes these energies can be really powerful, and when these energies are so powerful, they can have such an effect on us that it slows us down. Lots of us felt really slowed down. Lots of us couldn't kind of like keep the pace. Lots of us were kind of doing things right, doing things correctly, but it's just this amazing feeling of heaviness. And when I say amazing feeling of heaviness, it's just basically, I say amazing because it's just incredible how heavy this energy has been lately. And I'm saying that this energy, this heavy energy, affected like literally everybody, and it affected us in such a way that we simply weren't able to kind of give 100%. We weren't able to see things crystal clear. We were able to do things, we are able to achieve things and things like that, to focus, but our focus was not just there. And this is what is going to be amazing, this amazing clarity that Taurus full moon is going to bring, and the clarity that is going to come through on the 24th of October, it's going to be directly connected to the 31st of October, which is one of the most wonderful times of the year, one of the most wonderful days of the year that we can possibly have, because we are going to be in touch with our spirituality like, oh my goodness, like there is no tomorrow. And this is when this spirituality is just going to come in so wonderfully. It is spirituality that we're going to feel throughout of October. As I already mentioned, this is a magical month purely because of Samhain or Halloween on the 31st of October, which is about to bring us a really wonderful message, because the veil in between this world and the spirit world is going to be at its thinnest, which on another hand means that we're going to be hearing all sorts of messages from not just any spirits or any ghosts or any people that have passed away, but this is going to be strictly and directly connected to the relatives that have passed away. They are really looking forward for this day. They're also looking forward to get in touch with us. And when we have such an amazing time, such an amazing full moon, which is going to be in the zodiac sign of Taurus, this is going to be an incredible combination that is just going to open up our eyes. It's going to open our eyes towards a very powerful realization. And this powerful realization that we are going to have, that we are going to see, that we are going to feel, it's going to be literally life-changing. We may not even get this straight away on the 24th of October. Don't get me wrong. I'm telling you, this this time is going to be significant from the 24th of October to the 31st of October. It actually goes until the 2nd of November when Samhain is actually going. And these energies are just going to be really, really significant until the 2nd or the 3rd of November. And this is why this is just going to be directly connected to the actual Samhain or Halloween, because throughout this period, it's not even only about that particular full moon on the 24th, but it's throughout this period that we are going to be receiving all sorts of messages. But the one message in particular is going to be very, very significant, and that message is going to give us a clarity. This clarity is going to give us a new realization. This realization that we are going to have is going to be completely mind-blowing, because it's going to require from us to do something really different. It's going to require from us to do something really important. But when I say really important, it's just something that is going to have a really huge, massive impact on our whole life. This is how big this is going to be, and I cannot stress enough how powerful this is going to be, how significant this message is going to be. And this message, as I said, is just going to have a direct impact on our life, because what is going to come through, a realization, a big realization that is going to have a full impact on us, on our finances, on our career, on our living arrangements, but especially it's going to bring a huge focus on a living arrangement, or something to do with our home, something to do where we spend our time, something to do where we spend the most of our time. This is going to bring a huge edit, and that huge edit that this is going to bring is just going to be incredible, because it's directly connected to the past. It's directly connected to the 24 months earlier. This goes at 24 months earlier, couple of years ago. This has been already planted in our mind. This has already been planted as a part of our spiritual journey. This already became our destiny. This already became our fortune. And this is why this is going to be so significant, because this destiny and this fortune is just going to become very, very sharp when it comes to the actual 24th of October. So this is why it's a great time this is what we all need to do. From the 24th of October, it's a great time to meditate as much as we can, do some kind of Reiki, or do some kind of yoga, or do some kind of spiritual, journey, and some kind of, like any kind of like meditation. It's going to be absolutely brilliant, because we are going to feel super connected to the spirituality. We're going to feel super psychic. We're going to be able to feel all sorts of things. And the reason why we need to do this, because as much as we open up our energy, as much as we open up ourselves, as much as we open up to the spirituality and all this realization as much as we can, it's up to us how much we actually open up. It's up to us how much we actually do. It's up to us which steps we are going to make. As many steps we make, that's better. As more as we open up, that's better, because we are going to surprise ourselves, and because this is going to bring something really wonderful, you see. And this is why we need to meditate and connect as much as we can, because I can say that this is going to be literally life-changing, because it may not even seem like, oh, straight away it's like a life-changing, but it may come like a little seed. Remember, it's going to come like a little seed, and it already did a kind of it already was a part of our mind. And I said that 24 months ago, about a couple of years ago, this actually went through our mind. Now this is going to come back, and this is just going to come back and start unfolding. This is because the new spiritual journey is about to start. The new page of the spiritual journey, it's about to start, and this is gonna really reflect on us, because it's going to bring us something completely new, something completely different. The bottom line is we are going to end up with a really big wish, really big realization, but that realization is going to very much so be connected to very big, huge part of our life. When it comes to where we live, as I said, where we spend the most of our time, there are going to need to be changes that are going to need to be made. This is completely normal. It's really strange to some people. It's just going to come literally out of the blue. Some of you were thinking about it already, but it's just very much so. I can say that something is going to start making sense that didn't make sense. Something that you couldn't see the solution before, resolution before. Now this is just going to start making sense, and this is just going to start like resolving itself by itself. It's a very, very interesting how this is actually going to develop. And also it is going to be very good time to anything with the money, to try to buy something new or try to buy something big for some kind of negotiations, for some kind of, like, for example, like anything that you can start, like negotiate or like signing something big, buying something new, starting something huge. This is going to be absolutely great time. It is not only the right energy, it is not only the right balance, but it's the actual everything about the big picture of this is just going to be on our side if we do it at this time, because it is going to be slightly different dimension. If we do this right, if we start this at around the right time, then everything is going to get back to us really beautifully, because this is going to be the time when we're going to be able to send things to the universe, send this energy to the universe, and it's just going to come back like a beautiful rain, beautiful heavy rain on us, which is brilliant, which means that it's just going to be so much more abundant. The time of luck, the time of new energy, the time of the positivity, the time of the sharpness of Taurus, which is about to kind of like make us be attractive to different things. And this is exactly what Taurus is going to do. It's going to make us feel attractive to different things, and it's going to give us self-esteem, it's going to give us a balance, it's going to give us confidence with those areas that we didn't have before. And also at the time when we feel really tired and we feel really negative or down or something like that, sometimes we don't connect to certain things, and this is where Taurus is going to come through. Taurus, beautiful energy of the Taurus, is going to help us to connect to things and see through things. Even if we feel tired, even if it's like really cloudy around us, Taurus is going to help us to connect to things. And by connecting to things, we will be able to kind of go to the other side or see beyond, way beyond where we were seeing things before. And this is why Taurus is going to be so significant. Also, 24th of October, it is just the time to pay attention when we go to sleep, you know, right before we sleep, right before we go to sleep, right before we make a connection, you know, like with the spirituality, with our spirit world. I say every night when we go to sleep, we basically have astral projections, we travel. Some of us remember, some of us don't remember, and this is because we are not meant to remember, because it's only a certain part of our brain that is working while we're awake, you see. When we fell asleep, the rest of the brain works, you see, and this is when we just connect to all sorts of new worlds, different dimensions, different energies, and this is when we get all this energy. So this is another thing that I was going to say. Just try to, before you go to sleep on the 24th of October, but it's not only the 24th of October, this is why I keep on saying it's not only about the 24th of October. Remember, from the 24th of October until the 2nd of November, this time is a highly significant time, and this highly significant time is to pay attention. Also, what I was going to say is just before you go to sleep, just see what's on your mind, just right before you get that, you know, right before you fell asleep, just that this is the pathway when we get really tired and we start falling asleep, but we are still awake. You see, this time in between is really important, because this time is in between, it's a very important passageway in between this world and the spirit world. So expect certain messages that are going to come to you in a form of a one word. So this is another thing that I need you to pay attention to, because there is also really nice realization going to come through that is going to be directly connected to the problem that is connected to the family problem, and it's connected to the living arrangements, something to do with the living arrangements, and things like that should actually be resolved. And this is another thing that I was going to say. And also, brilliant time, my goodness, brilliant time. If you want to impress someone, some kind of authority, any authority you want to impress, anyone you want to impress, anything like that, this is going to be brilliant time. Whether you're working, okay, whether you're making, maybe you want to impress your boss, maybe you're going to college and university. If you're college university, maybe you want to impress your teacher, maybe you want to like impress like your partner, maybe whoever it's a part of your authority. Maybe if you're retired, you know, you want to impress somebody else. It depends. Anybody who could be some kind of authority and you want to impress them, just go for it, because this is going to be the right time. Just remember, it's not only 24th of October, it's from the 24th of October until the 2nd of November. This is highly, highly sexy time indeed for all these things that I've already mentioned. Time to shine, time to show your skills, time to show yourself. And even if you're uncertain, this is where the magic trick of the universe is, okay? When we do everything by the tea like that, you see, even if we don't feel like that, even if you don't feel enough confidence, Taurus is going to be like, come on baby, go for it. And this is why this is brilliant. This is the magic of the universe. Just even if you don't feel like the right energy, even if you don't feel right, you just go for it and you'll sail like there is no tomorrow. And this is why this time is so significant, to show yourself. This also very, very powerful time if we want to do changes at home, if we want to change our furniture about, if we want to change our plans, you know, and especially to bring something new, like a new plant, new living, you know, maybe new little kitten, or maybe new doggy, maybe new family member like that, you know, just to bring the energy of something new, but at the same time doing something really good, karmically positive, karmically significant, and karmically very, very good, you see. And this is because this is also highly, highly karmic time again. And that highly karmic time, whatever we do, so on one hand we bring something home, something new, and then we basically, on one hand, we help to the plant or flower. Maybe nobody didn't want to buy it and you just bought it, you know. Plants are alive, flowers are alive, you see, just like animals, just like us, you know. And if you bring an animal home, then for example, you help the animal, but you help yourself as well. But on another hand as well, karmically, it's a brilliant time because you're doing something good. You're helping yourself, you're helping to the animal or plant, for example, and then you're sending this wonderful message in the universe. And then if you get this right, you just get this wonderful wheel of fortune that you're already kind of starting yourself, which is going to bounce back in such a wonderful way and bring you more opportunities and make you realize certain things as well. And this is how karma, or a highly karmic time, is actually working, because it comes back to us like a boom in the most amazing way when we least expect it. And also what I was going to say, if you are looking for work, I don't know how to stress this. Please, please, please do this for me. Do this for me, please. If you're looking for work, try to apply for as many jobs as you can from the 24th until the 2nd of November. For as many jobs as you can. Seriously, because this is going to be so important, because it's not only applying about the job, but it's riding that horse. It's riding that energy. It's going along with that wonderful energy. And it's about the realization that you are going to have. It's not only about, oh, work, job, blah, blah, blah. No, there is something special that is going to come through. That energy is going to bounce back and make you realize something new, something different, okay? About your skill, about what you can do, about what you can focus on. And it's going to be mind-blowing, because you're just going to surprise yourself in a really good way. And also at the same time, this is going to be the whole new page, the whole new leaf. The whole new stage, the whole new energy is just going to start manifesting for you at the same time. And you will feel like this. You will feel this and you will know exactly what I meant. And I think that this is going to be brilliant, because it's just going to bring so much motivation. Remember when I started with this reading also at the beginning, I said about lack of motivation and things like that. This is the time when it's going to be a big boom. And this is just going to have a really, really nice turnaround indeed. Obviously, this is going to have a really great reflection and a great impact on us. And it's just, you know, it's going to be a lot of like optimism. We're going to feel like very adventurous. We're going to feel like we are ready for everything, ready for anything. It's just going to be that energy of like, yay! And it's really, really good. People will be able to feel this. People will be able to sense this. Is this particular radiance that is just going to be so significant, but it's not going to stay there forever. So that's why we have to use it. That's why we have to ride that horse, that beautiful energetic horse. And it's like, hello, you know, just go for it. It's time, it's time, it's time. okay? And also wonderful, wonderful time for the couples. For the couples, okay? For the couples, people in relationship, this is an amazing time, because for the people in relationship, there is going to be a sense of achievement, proudness. There is going to be the sense of a new direction as well, and sense of like, especially if things didn't work out, and especially, it doesn't have to be necessarily problems with the couples, like, oh, we had a problem, blah, blah. But if things didn't work out, like especially financially, especially career-wise, whether it was you, whether it was your partner, if you have a partner, now this is going to have a really nice balance, because there's going to be a nice news, and that news is it's going to bring a really nice balance to the couples, and the couples are going to really be able to feel this, and then the relationship is automatically going to become even more powerful, and the relationship automatically is going to go on the whole new stage, whole new level. So this is going to be brilliant for the couples indeed, because there's a wonderful balance that is going to come through, and that balance is going to make people even closer, and make people realize things about each other, how much they love each other even more. Time for those of you that are single, it's also brilliant, because those of you that are single, this is going to be a brilliant time to just go out and mingle. And because it is just a great sense of sexiness we're gonna feel, a great sense of like a sense of sex appeal. We're gonna feel really radiant, as already said, and this radiance is going to be incredible, but because this radiance is going to attract people that it normally wouldn't attract. And that, on another hand, is just going to kind of make us realize certain things about what we like, who we feel attracted to, and vice versa. And also it's going to bring a really wonderful people, and that in itself is going to be really step in the new direction, step in the new new direction, new realization, and that in itself is going to bring something really wonderful, because the bottom line is we're just going to learn something new about ourselves. We're going to learn something new about what we like. We're going to learn something new, what we fancy, and why would we fancy these people, and why exactly do we fancy that particular type. But there is something unusual that we are going to learn about, something that we like, because we're going to start fancying somebody, or certain things and certain trails about somebody that we didn't normally feel attracted to before. So this is also what Taurus is going to bring, all this beautiful sense of like a little mini confusion, but really good confusion, because it's just going to make us wonder. It's going to make us really curious, about things, about love, about be ready for anything, about to be ready for adventure. It's amazing. And also when it comes to the actual traveling and things like that, just expect some kind of travel plans, because I say this, expect travel plans, because this is a very significant time for traveling. This is a very significant time for exploring. That's how we're going to feel. We're going to feel like we want to explore. We're going to feel like we want to travel. We're going to feel like we want to try new things. We're going to feel like very, very energetics as well suddenly. It's not only about the energetic, but it's just going to be the perfect balance of this, feeling like a really energetic, feeling really great, and on another hand, ready for anything. And then again, we will feel like we want to try things, go somewhere new. So this is going to be also a great time to travel or plan traveling. You don't need to travel at around this time in particular, but as I said, like the energy is going to be very, very powerful, very significant indeed. So as long as we plan journey or a book journey or a trip, wherever we can go somewhere a couple of days away, just change the scenery at around this time, this is going to be fine. So we can book now in between 24th of October and the 2nd of November, but as long as we book it around this golden spiritual period, so we can go like maybe away like in April 2019, or we can go away like in May 2019. As long as we booked at around this time, at around this spiritual path, still the same energy is just going to be attached to it, and which means that when we go to that particular journey or trip, then there is something on another hand also going to happen to us in such a wonderful way, when we're going to have another spiritual awakening, and that spiritual awakening is going to give us the whole new idea, and that idea is also going to become very, very significant later on, indeed life-changing. And this is why I get so excited about this particular full moon in the zodiac sign of Taurus, which we are going to have on the 24th of October, but as I said, it's going to last until the 2nd of November. I think it's going to be brilliant. I think it's going to be mind-blowing, literally every single one of us is going to be able to benefit from it. Time to try new things, time to start new things, time to like turn the whole new page. Thank you ever so much for watching my video. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.